Thanks for tuning to our webcast on IBM WebSphere XC10 appliance. My name is Murali Sorumpalli and I work in WebSphere Application Server Development team in ISL. So I'm moving to the next slide where I will talk about the agenda for today's webcast, today's presentation. So in this webcast, I will give overview of XC10 appliance and its benefits. And I will also show you a demo on how to configure XC10 for session management in WebSphere Application Server. Then I will share with you the results of an experiment that we conducted to demonstrate the product superiority. So moving on to the next slide, slide number 3. XC10 appliance is a purpose-built, easy-to-use appliance designed for simplified deployment and hardened security at the caching tier of your enterprise application. It provides a caching platform that is elastic in nature for your business-critical applications. It contains a data grid that can host data that is as big as 240 GB. Integrating XC10 with WebSphere Application Server is easy. Scenarios where enterprise applications deployed onto WebSphere Application Server could use XC10 effectively are session persistence, dynamic caching, JPA L2 caching. Moving to the slide number 4. Configuring XC10 with WAS for session management is quite easy. There is a panel in admin console that allows you to configure XC10 for application session management. To do that, you need to log into WAS admin console, navigate to Enterprise Applications panel and choose the target application. Then click on Session Management link, which will take you to the Session Management page. In this page, you need to first select the checkbox, Override Session Management, and apply these changes. Then click on Extreme Scale Session Management Settings link, which will lead you to the XC10 configuration panel, which I am going to show you in the next slide. Moving on to the slide number 5. In this page, first select the checkbox option for Enable Session Management. Then for the Manage Session Persistence by option, choose IBM WebSphere Data Power XC10 appliance. Then provide IP address or fully qualified hostname of the appliance in the respective field. Enter username and password information to connect to the appliance. You can now optionally test your connection by clicking on the Test Connection button. If test connection is successful, the next section in this page will allow you to associate XC10 data grid for storing session data. You could either create a new data grid or select an existing one. So that it is as simple as this. So once you have this configuration ready, I will move on to the next slide, that is slide number 6, where I'm going to talk about the experiment that we conducted for this session. So we did an experiment to demonstrate how effective XC10 is when session data is persisted in XC10 versus in database. The application we chose for the demo was Plans by WebSphere, and this simple application allows users to navigate and buy various articles online. This application stores the shopping cart details in a session object. This is the same session object that is going to be persisted in XC10. So in the next slide, that is slide number 7, I will talk about the topology we chose. The topology for the experiment includes 2 WAS clusters fronted by IBM HTTP server. Each cluster has 4 cluster members, while one cluster is configured to use XC10 for session persistence. The other cluster uses database for the same. The Plans by WebSphere application is deployed onto both the clusters. We created a test bed with 700 concurrent users with a user think time of 50 milliseconds. So this is our test bed. This is how our test bed looks like. And then I'll move on to slide number 8, where I'll share my experiment results. The graph in the top depicts the results from XC10 setup. The below one depicts the results from DB setup. And it takes no time for you to realize how effective XC10 could be for your application infrastructure. The next slide will talk about numbers associated with this graph. Moving on to the next slide, number 9. Here are the numbers associated with the graphs shown in previous slide. With XC10, the application's throughput is almost enhanced by 20% and the response time is almost halved. And the CPU utilization is improved by 12%. So when you use XC10, you would need lesser hardware to support the same workload. Also, as the workload increases, XC10 gives you a linear response time while DB setup saturates after a certain point of time. This concludes my presentation. If you have any questions on this topic, I am available on last virtual week. You can reach me through message center. Thanks for tuning to webcast on IBM WebSphere XC10 appliance.